What if the mess in your home isn't just mess, but a mirror? A mirror of an outdated version of you that you have already outgrown. And what if that mess is quietly blocking not only your peace, but also your growth and your manifestations? It's time to shift that and turn your home into the mirror it's supposed to be. A positive reflection of your greatest potential. Hi there, I'm Anne-Katrin and I'm occasionally awake. I'm here to help you inspire your awakenings, heal yourself and reawaken your life. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. If you're a grown-up living in a home, you're probably trying to keep up with cleaning and tidying and organizing. Not only are you caught in never-ending laundry cycles, you're battling piles of stuff that keep reminding you of everything you still gotta be doing. Here's the problem with that. It is your focus. Just like the mind tends to focus on the one negative comment between the 10 compliments you received, your mind tends to focus on the piles, the mess, the clutter, instead of focusing on the primary function that your home is supposed to fulfill. And do you know what that is? Your home is supposed to be a container for who you are. And the tricky thing is, it always is. Not just when it's looking representative, when it's all clean and tidied, when the piles are gone. Always, in every moment you spend in your home, that container is a reflection. And if your focus is distracted by the piles, the clutter, the silent to-dos, then that is your current focus on who you are, your current container. Then the mess is you. But it doesn't need to be. Because you deserve a container that is not only representative of the best version of yourself that you are right now beneath the clutter that might be there, but also your home can be a container for your greatest potential and help actualize that potential. That potential that might still lay dormant, but that you can feel humming from inside your core every now and then. Your soul is gonna hum and sing and dance at the level of state of your home container. You can make that container feel like a throne instead of a dumping ground. And hear me out, by dumping ground, I don't mean literal trash, because I'm not talking about decluttering basics in this video, okay? What I'm talking about is the visual and material leftovers of who you used to be that still reside in your space. Of who you keep being stuck in because you're still surrounded by it, while you've secretly outgrown that version of yourself. I'm so glad you're here right now, so if you enjoy this, please make sure to like, subscribe and hit the bell for notifications to become occasionally awake with me. How I'm inspired to talk about this? Well, certainly not from perfection, but rather from personal experience, including an actual dumping ground, almost, literally. The truth is that I just reorganized the number one problem corner in my space, and it turned out to make all the difference. So I have this dead space in my hallway, and it just magically ended up as the dumping ground of my home. You know, it gradually accumulated, I almost didn't notice. And after a few weeks, I just ended up telling myself it was not too bad because there was a coat rack in front of it, so you didn't really see too much of the clutter. You know, it definitely was recognizable as the dumping corner. But I noticed that I had started arguing for the comfort of the clutter. I started calling the dysfunction functional. But at the same time, I felt subtle distress, frustration, and guilt every time I walked by that area. Because it was still there. It was still present to my subconscious. It was still a silent to-do that was screaming at my version of self. So I said, enough is enough, something's got to change. And I finally bought a new storage solution specifically dedicated to the functions that I had unconsciously assigned to the corner. Now I have a pretty and tidy corner that accommodates the functions that no other space in my home could have met. The point is not how different it looks now. The point is how it makes me feel. Before, every time I walked by the doom corner, I felt overwhelmed and I felt bad about myself. And if you're in the process of growing, of building, of creating something beyond what you've done and built before, then that requires you to believe in yourself, to trust in your capability. And in that state, the most detrimental thing you could do is let yourself be ridiculed, discouraged, and doubted by the state of your home container. The home that is supposed to support you. If you are in the process of a growth spurt, you cannot have a home that keeps pulling you back down. Adjusting to the dysfunction means giving in to the discouragement, the doubt, the ridicule that the dysfunction prompts in you. If not consciously, then possibly unconsciously. And as long as a part of you is focused on the doubt, you cannot focus on building the certainty for who you are becoming. If you keep steering yourself around the piles, you'll keep meeting your old version of self in the mirror. I've heard a manifestation coach specifically say that you can manifest from an untidy and unclean space just as easily. And in theory, I totally agree. If you are firmly rooted in and have embodied the identity you seek to express, then the state of your home doesn't matter that much. Although that identity might come with a natural inclination towards tidiness. But as long as you are in the process of learning to build the trust, to find the love for yourself, you cannot afford your space to be a disruptive factor. Until you embody your best self identity so firmly that no thing and no one can knock you off course, your home might be one of the factors with the strongest momentum to steer you off course. Do not let that happen. So no matter which project, which dream, which manifestation, which identity you're currently bringing to life, make sure that they're not held back by the state of your home container. As a closing thought, the state of your outside world always reflects the state of your inside world. Therefore, you might take the state of your current home as the image of your inner world. No judgment, just observation. You know, in our everyday lives and normalized hustle culture, it is so common to take the to-do checklist as the indicator for our feelings of calm and happiness. I have every reason to be happy. It was a successful day because I checked off all the to-dos on my list. But that indicator might be flawed. It might not always be accurate. Looking at your home right now, is it a nest of calm for your nervous system? Is it a happy playground for your soul-inspired projects? And if not yet, which small thing could you adjust in order to make your space more welcoming to who you want to be and to who you are becoming? In case you need help aligning your space with your identity in a way that serves where you're going instead of where you've come from, please know that all of my one-on-one coaching containers are adaptable to a focus on space, home, and identity. Just let me know that that's something you want to work on. All links in the description box below. Got any occasional awakenings yet? Now I'd like to hear from you, so let me know in the comments below which space in your home you feel inspired to change after watching this video in order to make it a reflection of who you really are. And as always, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. This video is related to the awakenings to the ego and to the conscious self. And if you want more insights on the 4 different types of awakenings and how to experience them in your life occasionally, then visit me at occasionallyawake.com to inspire your awakenings. Bye.